Stereo Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
I feel like it's something that we all gotta learn just as black people. Like, sometimes it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you may not be wrong. Some of the shit you saying may not be wrong. Like, you may be right, but you communicating it in a way that's just so offensive and so vulgar to where people can't even really accept what it is you saying because of the way it's delivered. And I feel like that's what's happened.
You know how I know you're a strong believer in that? Because everything we talked about that you said you was gonna say to a nigga,
Yeah.
you said it just like that to a nigga, but you
in a
said
way
it
where he
that
can
they can
digest
digest it.
Yeah.
So I do the same shit, right? So because I don't have a lot of conflict because of it, right?
Yeah.
And back to what we was talking about earlier, you such a humble guy. Because let's keep it real, Symba.
Yeah.
When it comes to this clout shit,
Yeah.
you got all the clout from your talent.
Yeah.
You don't got the clout from the love and hip hop bitch.
For sure.
You don't got the clout just because niggas vouch for you. You really got the clout
I
because
just smashed the Love and Hip Hop joint. Shout out to her.
we don't even know. See, that's what I'm saying. You ain't even known for that. But I'm saying you a humble nigga. But I'm saying that to say is I want to say I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't have to explain that shit. And I'm putting myself in it, but you don't have to explain that shit to none of us.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm DB, I'm Kamai, because I look at us as a community.
Yeah. But now, like, I got
there's people that
so
don't
much
got a
love,
voice. Yeah.
bro. I got so much love for, like, DB and Kamai. I got love. And
The Bay.
I be understanding it.
Yeah.
I be understanding it. Like, that's why it's like, it's fucked up. Like, sometimes the way I view life is fucked up because I know other people can't see it that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm able to see past the frustration because I'm able to see what makes somebody actually mad. So it's like, if this shit ain't about, you ain't harmed my family, bro, you ain't done nothing to my child, like, you ain't done nothing to my mom, what are we really arguing about?
Right.
What is the real problem? It really ain't a problem. You mad, or I'm mad, or whoever's mad because they feel they should be seen in a certain light that another person is seen in that moment. And I understand that, but I'm not going to be combative. I'm not going to be the person that be like, fuck that nigga because he hating on me and go make a diss song about the shit.
Right.
I'm going to just be like, bro, let's talk about this shit because the conversation could be having anything. You know what I mean? I went to Flex, bro.
Right.
I ain't like what Flex said about Pop. You know what I'm saying? But I found a way to word it.
Speaking of Flex, we have to.
Let me get another shot.
We have to 100% give Symba his flowers for checking Funkmaster Flex. Now, when I'm saying checking, this is not for egos. This is not for
I don't
none of
even
that.
think I checked him.
No, but let me tell you why you checked him. Let me tell you why it's a check-in.
Okay.
It's not a check-in because you walked in that room and said, listen, bitch-ass nigga, you stop talking about Tupac.
Yeah.
You know why it's a check-in? Because it's a young nigga schooling the old nigga in the most hip-hop thing you could do.
Yeah.
Bars. Funk Flex is about bars.
For sure.
You went in there and gave him bars about his behavior.
For sure.
This is why he fell in love with it. And he vowed that I'm done.
For sure.
I'm not saying nothing else. That's why I considered it a check-in because it's a healthy check-in.
For sure.
If we cousins, you need to be like, Rab, you ain't on, you tripping. You
For
on
sure.
that dumbass type of time. What you on, my nigga?
Bro, I remember, bro, a few months ago, we was in L.A. We was in a party, a very extravagant party. It was turned up. And we was talking to a few people. And one of the people we was talking to, he was like, I don't fuck with such and such, right? And I was like, well, shit, I know that nigga. I'm about to call him. Tell him yourself. Right? Handed him the phone, put the nigga on the phone, all the shit, right? The next morning, bro called me. He said, nigga, don't ever do no shit like that again.
Yeah.
He said, you put us in a bad situation last night. That shit could have went all the way left. Now I'm thinking, I'm not trying to be a part of y'all politics. You tell, bro. But what I really did was I kind of I kind of did some disrespectful shit that I shouldn't have done. But it wasn't like bro told me in the moment. He waited till the next morning to tell me, hey, bro, don't ever do no shit like that again. You went about that shit the wrong way. Sometimes as black men, we gotta have conversations with each other about the shit we say and the shit we do to help us be accountable for our actions. Mm-hmm. Because if you just running around here acting like everything okay all day, who the fuck gonna check you when some shit go wrong?
For real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, that was a moment to where it was like, okay, this my first time on Flex. Ain't no Bay Area rapper ever been up here. Mm-hmm. Feel me? Mm-hmm. What can I do? What can I say to represent where I come from? And not just the Bay, California as a whole. Mm-hmm. Now, Pac is from over there.
Right.
But Pac meant so much to us over here because of what he embodied. And when we heard what bro said, it was like, man, we can't just, even if it's true, it's just like, damn, bro, you can't.
Right.
Same thing with Kanye. It's the way you said it.
It's the way you said it.
It's the way you delivered it. I'm not saying however you feel is how you feel, but the way you delivered it was just like, come on, bro, we can't tear each other down like that. And that's where I was coming from.
That's real. How far out do you have your shit done?
I'm calculated as fuck.
Cause it's like
the Russ will be telling me I'm too calculated.
Cause it's like I'm like this nigga. Like yeah, you got a press run, nigga, but you ain't looking at no phone. You know this shit, like you know what I mean.
But actually, that was like 5 days before we went up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Cause you got a lot of shit going on. Like, how do you? Are you listening to it again over and over?
Nah, so I'm just a calculated person, bro. Like I'm very calculated right now.
You could have been a Smack DVD nigga.
I'm very calculated, right? Like, I probably shouldn't say this. We on No Vulture, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, fuck it. I'm calculated because remember the first time I came on here and I said, I gotta go to LA Leakers to go viral. Mm-hmm. I gotta do freestyles up there. I can't go to Cameo and rap?
Right.
Well, now Cameo is getting ready to start doing freestyles. Mm-hmm. Right? And I've been talking to somebody up there.
On Mike?
Yes.
Shout out Film on Mike.
I've been talking to Film on Mike about coming up there and doing a freestyle, and I'm going to do it, right? But at the same time, it got to be right. I'm not just finna come up there and just kick it off and say anything. It got to be kicked off in a way to where the same way it happened at Flex, the same way it happened at Fire in the Booth, the same way it happened at LA Leakers. I know why that happened. Mm-hmm. I know how it happened. I know the timing of why it happened. Mm-hmm. So it's very calculated with how things are being seen, how things are being presented to where I take time to put these verses together to go up there and deliver them in a way to where they could be digested.
Right.
So it's a timing thing.
That's so fire, bro, because I appreciate it. Every time I see it, I just be like, it make me so proud because I be like, we got more to offer. There is other symbols in the Bay Area.
It's hell of us.
You know what I mean? And so, like, niggas you going to make the attention be on niggas. I want to go back to Keon, though, right? And this Dr. Drake hookup. First of all, just an amazing thing to happen in a young rapper's career, period. Like at any point, right?
Facts.
But dealing with the doc, how is that? Like, how was that? Was there a real coaching set? Because I heard you say he worked on you. He told you about your cadence.
Yeah.
Like he told you about your style. Like, how was that? Did you feel like you learned something when you left out of there with Dre?
I learned a lot, bro, and it make us realize that, like, what make me realize that's what we missing out here, right, in the Bay, is like, who's the big homie to show us why this shit works? Who's the like, when I'm in LA, bro, you got Rodney Jerkins. 2 nights ago, I was hanging with Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was telling me about how my rap cadence is crazy and it needs to be placed upon a certain tempo. few days before that, I was talking to No ID, right? I'm talking to all these different people, and all they giving me is advice on how to make my music better. Who's the person in the Bay that does that for us? Because the people with the information don't pass it down.
They don't.
They hog it.
It's ridiculous.
They hog it. So when you get with somebody like a Dre, you get the codes. I done literally been in the studio with Snoop and Dre. I talked to Snoop today, bro.
Yeah.
Today. Literally today. Like, I talked to Snoop today. I've been in the studio with Snoop and Dre, bro, watching Dre tell Snoop, say it like this. Nah, pronounce it like this. Nigga, this is Snoop motherfucking Dogg.
Most famous rapper in the world.
The most famous rapper in the world. And you know what he doing when Dre telling him what to do?
Doing it.
Okay, I got you, Doc. Whoop, 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 whoop. Like that? Nah, say it like whoop, whoop, whoop. So it make you realize, bro, you never too rich or you never too famous to learn.
Mm-hmm.
These is people that's done it, bro, at the highest level. I can't name a nigga where I'm from in the Bay Area, the street I'm from, the people I grew around with, that's done in music what Dr. Dre done.
Nah.
So who the fuck am I if this nigga tell me to do some shit to not listen?
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
And I listen, and look what happens. Can't win for nothing. Never end up broke. Sacrifices. On God. Soul ties. These records come from being in those sessions and understanding certain things. Now I'm at a point musically where it's getting hard for me to make music because I be around so much great shit. The good shit don't inspire me no more.
Mm-hmm.
I be around shit, bro, to where it's just like, oh, this shit gonna go number one, cool. Be around some shit, oh, this shit gonna take, and then you see this shit.
Can't Win for Nothing, my favorite, by the way.
Classic.
I just think that it embodies everything hip hop. It embodies storytelling, the art of storytelling.
Yeah.
Somebody said something a long time ago about Big. They said, yeah, Big can be a drug dealer on a record and he can kill somebody, but he's also going to tell you about the conscience and what he felt about it. That was
Facts.
the difference
Facts.
between him and other niggas, right?
Facts.
When you come back and you do these videos and your visuals and you look out for the Bay, I always look at you as like something that I always wanted to see somebody doing. And I think other people attempt to do it. They just are not introduced to the same people you introduce. Shout out to the boy Dame too. He does it for us too. He tries to give us that look as much as he can. But when you doing that, first of all, I gotta ask this too, Father. Whose idea was it to do Exhibit's video over?
All right, so peep this. I'm gonna answer this whole thing you was about to say because I already know the question you was about to ask based off where you was going.
Okay.
One time I was in a studio. I was in the studio with my homegirl Jazzy. She's a big writer. She write a lot of shit. Like half of the Rap Life playlist, she probably wrote that shit.
Okay.
I was in the studio with her and we was with Puff. We was in the studio with Puff. And Puff was talking about how what made they movement so big and what made like hip hop so big was the glorification of where you come from. So they was talking about how they used to go light up the middle of Times Square or a hood in Harlem or a hood in Brooklyn, and people would see where they go every day on television, and it would make them proud of where they was from. Mm-hmm. So it would make the city amp up behind it. So I was like, damn, that's some real shit. I'm like, what's something like that I could do for my city, right? I'm like, highlight where we come from. When you think of the Bay Area, anybody that's not from the Bay Area, the first two places they think of is San Francisco and Oakland. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I gotta do a video showing a day in Oakland.
Right.
Right? What's a music video I could look up that shows where somebody from? I'm literally going through music videos. I'm on the phone with my homie. He like, bro, I found one. exhibit. Exhibit, what you see is what
Shout
you
out
get.
the nigga name who said that.
Marcus.
Okay.
Shout out my nigga Marcus.
Shout out Marcus, cause
He was like, exhibit, what you see is what you get. And it's some shit we all do collectively. Like, we got group chats. Where we
Okay.
be in there, bro, we need to do this. Who's the person that done something like this that we could, you know what I mean? He like, exhibit. He send this shit. I'm like, boom. I got to show a day in Oakland. Because most of the world, they know the Bay Area is Oakland,
Right.
San Francisco, boom.
Right.
Feel me? I got to show a day in Oakland. This was going to make the world understand what the Bay see.
right.
Bro, I shoot the video. Everybody talk about, he ain't from Oakland. He ain't from Oakland.
And I'm about to tell the world how much hip hop
I
that
see, I'm
shit.
trying to show the Bay in general. It ain't about me being from here.
First of all, you can't leave the house in Antioch and walk to the store.
You
gotta
can't.
have a car, my
You
nigga.
can't.
First of all,
You can't.
nigga. Second of all, that you're not gonna get that same type of video in that place because it's not the same things going on in the same vicinity.
Facts.
Third of all, fucking Exhibit shot that video in LA and he's from fucking New Mexico. So my nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm arguing on niggas online, like, nigga, y'all know Exhibit, because I said, no, I just was letting I let a nigga talk.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, where Exhibit from?
Yeah.
Nigga be like, you from LA, nigga, no, nigga, Exhibit is from New Mexico.
Yeah.
Came to LA as an adult.
Nah, for sure.
Like, so it doesn't matter. The point of Exhibit's video is that it was great art.
Facts.
Why are y'all skipping over the art? And this is the other thing. It's back to what you talked about with the geographical shit.
Yeah.
If you want to stay within inside of these, just whatever your city parameters is,
Yeah.
and do all that, my nigga, just know that that's where you're going to be at. You're not going nowhere. It's not no reason for you to be jealous.
For sure.
Symba is at where he's at because of what he's willing to do with
Facts.
himself and how he's traveled. The
Facts.
world is very big, too.
Facts.
I was telling somebody when I got outside of the country, like when I went to Dubai, I wasn't black. I wasn't a black man no more.
I hate when people say it's a small world.
Yeah, no.
The world is not small.
It's not
nigga.
small at all.
You just around people that's doing the same shit.
Shit, man, for real, bro. Like, it's crazy.
And that's crazy you say that because I told my little brother that one day. I went to Amsterdam and I went to Paris before, and it was the first time I wasn't labeled as a black man.
Yeah, it make you feel
I was
different.
an American man.
Yeah, it's different.
It was like, oh, you're from America.
Man, that shit is different. You don't feel like I never in my life have had experiences where I didn't look back for the police or they wasn't tripping off me or I just didn't feel nothing. Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying as far as expansion. Like
Right.
that's something we gotta go do, bro. Like we gotta expand. We can't just look at life like everything is the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so much more out there. We gotta get out there, go see it, conquer it, and apply it.
Stay on blue. I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil